Welcome to lesson 3. This is IOF Music Academy. We are learning the guitar. In lesson 1, we did the major scale, we learned the pattern, and we learned the formula. In lesson 2, we learned the 5 major shapes which make the major chords. And remember, the guitar is a pattern-driven instrument. Also remember, chords come from scales. So there are other types of chords, and today we are going to learn the minor chords. Together, major and minor chords combined, you can do 90% of the music like that, but if you want to advance now, you have to go to the other different kinds of chords, which is the dominants, the diminished, the augmented. But for this lesson, we are going to learn the minor chords. Again, we are going to learn the shapes. So from our 5 major shapes, we are going to get the minor chords from that. So welcome. Okay, that's the progression of Susana, and there's a small variation here where you don't go back to the chord that you started, you go to another chord, and that's a minor chord. Minor chords usually they spice up your playing. You can play with the major chords and play fairly well if you master them, but using the minor chords you are playing now becomes better. So remember, from our 5 major shapes, they spell the name cage, the acronym cage. So we are going to learn the minor chords in the same way. So this is the C major. You can see the shape on your screen. So what moves is just the 3. To make a minor chord is 1, flat 3, 5. So flat 3 means you move back by half a step. Remember, on the guitar, half a step is from here to here. So moving this one here to here makes it a flat. So this is C major. Remember, a C major is 1, 3, 5. A major chord is made of 1, 3, and 5. What moves back is just a 3. So this is a 3, which moves back here. So it becomes this, and this one. On the C major, we can't play this one. This is another 3, but we don't have somewhere to move it back. So we have to omit it. So you play this one, and this one. This one remains the same. 5 doesn't move, and 1 doesn't move. So that is the C minor chord. You can get the sound. The sound is a little bit sad, and the major is happy. The minor is a little bit sad. So the next one is A major. Move the 3, which is this one, move it back. So this one moves here, becomes A minor. This is A major. This is A minor. A major, A minor. So the next on the line is G. So this is G major. Remember, a major chord is 1, 3, 5. This is 1, this is 3, this is 5, this is another 1, this is 3, and this is another 1. So on this one we go 1, 3, we move it back, and then we have a 5. So it's 1, flat 3, and 5. So that's the sound. That's the major sound. That's the minor sound. I'm omitting the bottom strings because this is a 3, we don't have somewhere to move it back, and this is a 1, doesn't need to move. So it's fairly fair to say this is a G minor. So the next one is an E. Remember our E major. E major is this one. That's E major. So to make it an E minor, you move the 3 back. The 3 in this case is this one. So moving it back is moving it here. So when you release it, it's like you're moving it back half a step. So this is E major. You release that one, becomes E minor. E major, E minor. Then the last one is D. Remember, D, you don't use these 2 top strings. You just use this one, the 4 strings 1 to 4. So this is D major. What needs to move back is the 3, which is this one, moves here. So the shape is D major, D minor. On the screen you'll see the fingering, and also you practice those chords, and out of those chords now we are going to build something. Combining with the major chords, and the minor chords, we combine them, we make a song. Remember, the purpose of learning all this is to play songs. That's why I chose one song, Susana, so that we can learn through it. So, remember, chords come from scales, and our major scale has 7 notes. These 7 notes, each note has a chord tagged to it. So the minor chords are on the 2, the 3, and the 6. And the major chords are on the 1, 4, and 5. So what do I mean? I mean, when you're doing the major scale, if you want to play a chord on 1 other than the note, that chord will be major. If you want to play a chord on the 2, that will be minor. If you want to play the chord on the 3, that will be a minor. The 4 will be major, 5 will be major, 6 will be minor, 7 is usually a minor flat 5 or a diminished, half diminished, which is not in the scope of the lesson today. And the last one is going back to 1, which is major. So remember that chords come from scales, and each note has its own chord, which is either major or minor depending on which note you are using. So 2, 3, and 6, that's minor. 1, 4, and 5, that's major. Okay, there's another famous song by Sauti Sol, Kuliko Jana. It starts from a minor. That starts from 6, then goes to 4, then 1, then 5. So the minor 6 is usually very common in many songs. So the first minor in the scale you're going to be using a lot is the 6. So if I play the song, it sounds something like, normally they start like, that is 6, that is 4, that's 1, then 6. So, on the beginning of the song you hear something like, there's something like this. Then, what? So it's 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 4. Okay, for example, in our song Susana, you are going like, so it's a progression of 1, 1, 4, 5. But there's a place, instead of going to 1, they go to 6. So it goes like, Music Academy. This is lesson 4 of the guitar. Now at this lesson now you should be able to start learning a few progressions, a few songs, and our concentration today will be common major progressions and the songs they are used in. So to recap from where we started on the major scale. The major scale is made of 7 notes. Out of those 7 notes, we have a chord on each note. We have major chords and the minor chords which we have covered. And also we remember that the guitar is a pattern-driven instrument. The major scale we learned 2 patterns. The chords we have learned 5 patterns that we are going to use to play. All that you need to know is now how to combine them. So for now, what I mean, that marks the end of today's lesson. Remember, today we learned common chord progressions. Remember how to practice your shapes. This lesson was limited to the open chords. On the next lesson, we are going to show you how to move the open chords, open shapes to make different chords, and also to learn new songs. You can tell us which song you want to learn, and from that song, as we learn the song, we can learn music lessons inside the song. So until we meet next time, thank you so much.